Ryan, tell me about yourself. Where were you born and raised?
Born out in Tacoma, Washington.
What was home life like growing up for you?
Typical suburbia. Was straight A student, played tons of sports, things were pretty normal, I guess, if you want to call it that, until, parents got divorced,
How old?
16
So 16.
is when it finalized, but it started around 11.
And any brothers or sisters?
A younger sister. Yeah.
So how do you know it started at 11? What did you notice?
Well, just also going over it with my mom and my grandmother and even my father later on down the line, but just paying attention, you start seeing signs of stuff, on both sides where people growing apart,
Yeah, those years of like 11 to 16.
Kind of crucial.
Yeah, very crucial.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Puberty and needing stability and
exactly.
all that stuff. Yeah.
Trying to figure out who the hell I am and everything, and then just it didn't help that my dad failed to keep a lot of promises, So, in the end, I just stopped. I guess expecting him to be there, just kind of, if he's there, great. If not, what else is new, So, yeah.
Yeah, kind of
Sucks.
became unreliable.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, and I don't know. For a while, I thought there was something wrong with me, but I realized later on that, that has to do with those two, not me per se,
Yeah, nothing to do with you.
Yeah.
Really, or your sisters.
Exactly. So it's like, it's just real silly. Even though I get it, most kids think that kind of thing,
Yeah. I think it's kind of normal.
Yeah.
Well, let's see. You're 16. Your parents get divorced here. What? I don't know. Junior in high school or something.
Yeah. And so, out here in Seattle. Around the breakup, moved out here. That was in middle school at that time, just hitting 7th grade, and then went to McClure, which is cool, I guess. It was definitely a interesting melting pot of a school for my first Seattle school.
Which school is it?
McClure Middle School.
I don't know where that's at.
Up in Queen Anne Hill.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, it was cool.
So, was it like stay with your dad, stay with your mom?
Mom mostly, and then go visit dad on weekends, and
gotcha.
he, it was okay, I guess. It's just, out in Bonnie Lake, it can be kind of boring, different pace to everything. Not to mention, it's like both of them, my dad and my stepmom, they thought it was, oh God, he's living in the city, he's going to be surrounded by drugs and all this other stuff, which is normal, I guess, in city stuff, but like, I had no interest in anything hard at all.
Yeah.
And that didn't happen until my mom passed away, and that wasn't even, it was just more like a way to cope than anything,
Totally.
I needed to somehow tune it out, shut it down and process it, and all I kept thinking about was my pistol, even though I know that wouldn't be the right way to do things, but it's just like when you feel such pain, that you have no idea. It's just gut-wrenching, unbearable feeling. And then when you're not sure what to expect from your family, it makes it harder.
Sounds like you didn't have support.
No, not really. I mean, I'll admit I've definitely fucked up in regards to people that I surrounded myself with at that time around her passing. Some of them were not the best of people.
Well, how old were you when this happened?
Oh, this happened back in December. No, actually, April 14th of 2015. She passed away December 7th, 2014.
And that time, where were you living?
In her home.
With your mom?
Yeah, I moved back home much prior to help her with. She owned a cleaning business and help out around the house and such, you know. So yeah, it was just so I could basically be somewhat of a support to her, you know. I mean, she'd helped me out throughout my life countless times, you know. I mean,
Was
a
it
little bit I can give back to her, you know.
Let me know if this is like too hard to talk about.
It's okay.
Was it expected or unexpected?
Unexpected.
Oh man.
Yeah, heart attack. Yeah, it was really strange. I mean, well, actually, I have to say it was okay. It wasn't expected, but there was something like this foreboding, doom feeling that started shortly before Thanksgiving that year, and it just kept getting more and more intense as the days crept closer to her passing day. And it's like, and then when the night of her passing, you know, I'm really glad that I decided not to go out and hang out with my friends and all that kind of thing. Something told me to stay at home and just have a night like we used to, you know, where we just hang out, talk, and enjoy each other's company.
Connect with your mom.
Yeah, and we started having some really good, real conversations about some necessary stuff that we both needed to say to one another. It makes it so eerie in a way, like, you know, like, I don't know if that was her way of, then, you know, it may being like her way of being able to be at peace in a sense with things, you know. She had her closing discussion and was able to get things off her chest, and then you know, I said some stuff that was definitely way overdue.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Like, really some deep conversation.
Yeah. No, definitely, it really was. I mean, without that conversation, I don't know how I would have handled her passing.
Was this in a like hospital setting or just
no? It was at home in her room. Yeah, and yeah, her in bed and me sitting on the end of her bed, you know. And this is after, you know, watching movies and playing cards and just, you know, having a good time, just reminiscing about other things and other places and, you know, just life from before. And yeah, it just, and then I, you know, going to sleep. During the night, I had these horrible nightmares of her passing away in different ways, and when I woke up, my chest hurt immensely. It was like something, a vice was squeezing my heart, basically. I thought I might have a heart attack, you know, but it was like I knew she was gone when I woke up. Just the feeling in the air of that house used to have a certain liveliness to it, and it was definitely from her spirit. She would, you know, she brought energy and pizzazz and everything to that home, to make it a home. I mean, without her, it didn't feel like any kind of a home at all. More like there's just a big void there, and nothing in the world could fill it. You know, yeah, it's, oh man, yeah, that was a crazy day. I mean, finding her and then having the realization that Yeah, I wish I could have been so wrong about that, but
It sounds very surreal.
it was really weird, man. Like, it was. I mean, I don't understand what's up with those kind of dreams and why these premonitions, like a month ahead of time and all this stuff. I mean, I guess it's a gift in a sense, how I come to look at it, that it was, maybe God giving me the ability to have a chance to prepare for something that, that anyone who goes through that kind of trauma usually, it's something you never get over, and it's, just being able to have those final moments are priceless.
Yeah, the word gift is just incredible that you guys got to connect like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean,
I thought so too.
Incredible.
After reflecting back on the whole thing, and it's like, I don't know. I didn't want to even believe it though. At first when finding her, I still tried to give her CPR. And even called 911 and had the paramedics come and had them work on her, and but it was like, I mean, I don't know. I just didn't want to believe it. You know.
Yeah. You don't want to believe that. Yeah. Makes
Yeah.
sense.
And it's just yeah. But yeah, it's.
So after that happened, and which I'm sorry that happened. Like, that is traumatizing.
It is.
To find a parent.
Yeah.
Passed away.
I mean, it never gets easier, but it just, I don't know. You just kind of learn how to deal with it differently.
Well, something you said earlier about, I coped with the pain like this.
Yeah, that was not, I mean, it wasn't the best decision, but it was a better decision than I feel like that I had, and I don't know, I just wasn't really thinking too clearly at that time, I mean, I then having to be then in charge of my mother's estate, and that all that comes with that, and then that whole thing, and then just, I don't know, dealing with my father and my sister throughout the whole thing. Like, I mean, I just wish that they could have came at me a little bit differently. Like, hey Brian, how about some rehab? And then just not giving up after coming and talking to me one time, And it's like, I mean, I will own it that I did fuck up when it came to the house. I had some people move in that I placed some trust in my, at the time, best friend, who I thought she would, she claimed to know these people and all that, and that, no, they're not, shady characters, and I don't know why I didn't bother putting more effort in. When I think about it now, it's just like,
well, I mean, you're in a different headspace.
Yeah.
You were not thinking clear.
And it's like, I wanted to, I don't know, like, yeah, God, I wish I would have been able to, I don't know, talk to my sister or something around that time, instead of this stupid, like, rift that got created because of, with my mom's passing. She ended up becoming kind of severely delusional about a lot of things that involving my mother and her participation and what she did to help her throughout X amount of parts of her life, you know, and then she inserted my father there instead, which is really kind of, I mean, very delusional, you know. I mean, it just.
Do you think it affected her in a way too, or she was
maybe? Yeah, I mean, it would have to.
Of course, it did.
It just,
right.
You know,
and she was coping in this way, trying to put together the pieces, and I don't know.
I know in the sense that there's some anger there because she ended up not. She had chose to basically blow my mother off the last time they were supposed to have a lunch date, and then, you know, and that ended up hurting my mom immensely, you know, and that was just a couple days before that.
Oh, so she passed away. They never repaired that.
They never repaired that. I mean, it was just a lunch date, but it's also, my mom really was looking forward to it, you know, and so then for my sister just to blow her off again, it just, I mean, my mom knew it was coming, but, you know, and it's like, I don't know, like.
Yeah. She's had her own emotions and trauma as well.
Exactly, she does, and I don't fault her for that. I just wish that she would have handled things a little bit differently. Sure. That's all.
Well, I'm curious, you know, there's this, were you raised in an environment where you could ask for help, and you even knew how to say, hey, I need help to cope with this. I need help with this passing. I'm not coping well, you know. Yeah,
I should have been able to speak more.
But I mean, did you have that language, I guess I'm asking?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I know, I mean, I know how to. I mean, it's just being so hurt, I just wanted to withdraw from everything. I mean, I literally allowed myself to waste away to like a skeletal form practically. I mean, I lived off of Twinkies and in the end heroin, you know, like crazy, man. And I that was never anything that ever interested me before, you know.
Coping again with the pain.
It's just like, I mean, somebody suggested it to me that day while I was sitting there waiting for her to be carried out of the house by the coroner, you know, which was not fun. That was very, very difficult to watch. But yeah, I get it. They're just doing their jobs and stuff. But I just wish they'd be a little more gentle with people sometimes. You know, yeah, a friend was like, maybe, have you ever thought about trying a shot? And I just kind of was like, you know, started asking slowly, you know, what it was like, blah, blah, blah. And he's just explained, you know, that if I want to tune out and I want something to take away the pain, that will do it. Yeah, I didn't need too much more convincing at that point. Wish I would have put up a little bit more of a fight, but, you know, I guess everything happens for a reason.
So eventually, you lost the house?
In the end, yeah. Yeah, ended up, well, not losing it per se. I still don't know to this day what happened. I know my sister and my father had me evicted, which I allowed to continue to go through rather than fight it, because of the certain individuals that I had allowed into the house. It was a way to make sure that it was an easy way to get them out rather than have to have a massive confrontation, you know.
Right. So you went with them to where?
Well,
when you got evicted?
Oh, I went on my own. Went out to the Northgate area at the time.
And was this a transition into homelessness?
Yeah.
Okay. Like for the first time?
First time ever, yeah. Okay. Oh yeah. Before that, I've had a job and worked and, you know, had a roof over my head, had vehicles, you know. I mean, like, used to having a life, and I don't know. I mean, I kind of did have a certain plan for after, with some of the money that I would get from her passing, you know. I was planning on going in, one, buying a car, two, paying for at least a year's down payment on an apartment somewhere, you know, so that way all that would be taken care of. The vehicle would assist me in being able to go to a job easily. So you
had these dreams.
I've had these ideas on how to at least make it come back from this thing quicker, and instead it all gets dashed on the rocks because of a home invasion that ends up happening. Yeah, I ended up having to go through that. That was rather unpleasant, to say the least. But then later on finding out that some people that I considered at the time very dear to me to be part of that, actually, it was pretty wild, to be honest. Like, one of the last things you ever think happening, you know.
So this was at the home before you got evicted. Mm-hmm. There was a home invasion.
Yep.
And the people that invaded the home knew who you were.
Oh, yes.
And you knew who they were.
Oh, yes.
But they were covered, masked up, or what?
Yeah, they wore a mask. I mean, didn't help disguise them at all. You know, for the way their features are, it's just like a dead ringer.
You're right. You know a person.
You know
like,
a person,
hey,
and it's like also if somebody walks a certain way.
Yeah, they have a gait, right?
Then, you know, also regardless of the ski mask, someone's teeth are going to show. Someone has distinctive teeth that'll show, you know.
And did they rob you? Rob the place?
They attempted to, but I didn't let that happen so easily. I mean, after putting up a fight, you know, they ended up walking away empty-handed, thankfully. I ended up getting out of the house and getting help for my best friend, who I was told was zip-tied to one of the bathroom sinks, being held hostage as well, other than myself, you know. And so that was one of the major reasons why at the time I was fighting more so for her than me, you know. And yeah, it's just then, you know, long story short, the money ended up becoming a loss due to some bad choices on my part and on somebody else's part. But I did try to get the money after escaping from the house. I went and got help first thing, and then while I'm in the ambulance, I remember, oh shit, I hid my money before I got into that altercation to fight my way out. And tried to go in, the police wouldn't let me go get the money. They kept asking me where it was. And I'm like, I'm just not telling this damn soul, you know. And then
they wouldn't let you in your own house?
No, they said I need to go to the hospital and I was like, give me 30 seconds and I'll go to whatever hospital you want, but they wouldn't. Yeah, no, there was a rather large sum of money at stake. Oh. And I mean, I did try depositing it into a bank account.
Right.
No bank would let me make an account before paying off the $200 that I was overdrafted at BECU. But I had a check for X amount of thousands. Why can't I deposit that, cash it, and then deposit it in with your bank?
Here's your $200.
And then no, you have to do that first. Yeah. What kind of ludicrousness is that? Like, I even went to BECU and was like, here, you know, no bank would touch it. So in the end, I needed to make payments on the house. I needed to get my life started, you know, with the rent and car and all that. So I went and cashed it in Money Tree, and then that ended up, you know, then the next
snowballs, right?
Yeah, next day, you already know. Then boom, everything comes to boom, crazy shit, and yeah. So, but yeah, other than that, after that, stayed out in Northgate for a year, and then went out back to Ballard, out this way. You know,
Have you been unhoused like since then?
Yeah.
More or less.
Yeah, it's been like what, like 12 years or some crazy shit now. Right. Yeah, it's pretty crazy, dude. I mean, I finally got a tiny home, but it's in the absolute farthest possible reaches of King County, I feel.
Away from your community.
Out in Georgetown, man. Yeah. I out from everything. I mean, like, I don't know nothing out there. I don't even know where the grocery store is out there.
Yeah,
you know?
Georgetown's kind of
like it's pretty like, yeah, it's like there's a gas station, and I don't like going and getting my groceries at a gas station, you know.
Yeah, if you don't have a vehicle or transportation.
Yeah, exactly. You're screwed.
Georgetown's.
You know, and then so it's like, it's just insane that it's like being at the mercy of this kind of, you know, I mean, they feed you one time at the tiny homes, which is nice, I guess, but it's always chicken. Always. I can't do the same kind of thing always, you know? Like, it just drives me crazy.
Yeah, so it sounds like, living in a tiny home also has its challenges.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. I mean, something that I'm battling with addiction, but it doesn't make that battle any easier. If anything, it makes it harder, you know, because I can't even, then if I want to go to a methadone clinic, they're all out here, you know what I mean? And so it's like, it makes commuting and all. I've tried doing that. I tried Suboxone, it cost me my keys. Yeah. You know, so that's one more thing to add under the belt there of things that are just like,
well, Ryan,
yeah.
What does that look like what do you want? Like, what do you see?
What do I want?
Yes, what do you want?
I want to be able to be happy and live a fulfilled life. You know, I'm not afraid of working hard to get that at all. You know, I mean, hard work is not something that I'm unfamiliar with. You know, I would like to be able to help people at the same time while fulfilling my goals. You know. I don't know. It would be nice to reconnect with my girlfriend. You know, that would be really nice. It's something I'm not sure if that's ever gonna happen again, just because of where each of us are in life now.
Yeah,
like, I mean, I wanted her to go home to her father's, like, so she could get away from all this crap out here. Not anymore, thank God. You know, and she went home and she's been doing great. She hit the ground running and got her ID, her driver's license. She then ended up getting her teeth worked on, which was a huge thing for her, you know. And then she started, you know, applying, got a job.
Yeah.
And then
huge
now,
for self-esteem.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And then even has gone and interned at a hospital, which is awesome, you know. And now she's got some certification for some kind of, I'm assuming some form of nursing or something that she's now utilizing and going to build off of that. And you know, I mean, I'm so proud of her for that. Like, it's amazing. She went above and beyond, exceeding my expectations. I knew she had it in her, you know.
That probably feels good. I'm curious, so like, you have these dreams, like, what would you need for you to achieve those dreams and get there?
What I would need is a stable environment. Most likely some form of housing that is, something permanent-esque, you know, where it's not like going to just get ripped out from underneath me, you know.
Tiny homes are temporary. They're transitional.
Yes, very temporary, transitional, you know. And it's like, and I mean, even if I accomplish certain things that they ask of me, then they say that I will be given an apartment. And, you know, that would, I mean, I'd be more than happy to have that. I mean,
so stable housing.
But a stable housing environment,
right?
Whatever that may be, depending on what, you know.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, where I'm at and what I'm doing, I guess. But yeah, that would be number one. 2, a job doesn't necessarily need to be, you know, I mean, making a bunch of money with it. I mean, I would love to volunteer and help people, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just, as long as they're, you know, I mean, I have to make sure that my financial end of things is definitely you know, covered, so that I can provide myself with food and clothes and whatever else I need to.
Yeah. Well, I mean, live, you know, having a job or something to do, it just purpose.
Yeah, there you go. That's the word. Like, purpose is the best. I feel so strange when it without a purpose. You know, I don't know. I've you know, I've had a purpose 95% of my life, and now, you know, I feel like I've been going through somewhat of a crucible for myself, trying to get back to where I was before she passed, you know, and finding myself again, and if not even more so, finding who I really am. Now, you know, I feel like I've grown a lot since that point in my life, you know. It's like, yeah, it just kind of makes me feel like Odysseus, kind of. It's kind of strange how all the different events and things that I've gone through, you know.
That's from the Odyssey?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
You know, it's just, I've just noticed little things, little breadcrumbs where it's like, that's kind of not identical, but, you know, it's kind of, I'm going through my own version of it, you know, and then to come back and, you know, be like, you know, this is where I've been, what I've seen, what I've done, you know, and I don't know, sometimes I'm like, man, what am I doing out here, you know, like, I don't feel like I'm accomplishing anything, but then when I take a step back, I do feel that being present in certain moments, you know, that, you know, I've been able to help others depending on what's just going on, you know. Like, I don't know, I mean, the whole thing with like overdoses and stuff, you know, I don't know, I've just had to deal with a lot of them out here, and I don't know, I'm not unfamiliar to first aid training, you know.
Yeah. So you guys carry Narcan? Do you guys have?
Always.
No, always. Yeah.
Always. Yeah.
Same, yeah.
Absolutely. Always one at least, nasal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That way, you know. I mean. Yeah.
Ryan, I got one more question before we wrap up.
Okay.
You've been out here 12 years.
Yeah.
Is there anything you'd want the people of Seattle to know?
Yeah, please remember that we're human beings just like you. We just may have hit a rough spot in our lives, but we're worth saving. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. People on the other side of the camera are, you know, they may think they're different than myself, but again, we all breathe the same air, bleed the same colored blood. I mean, you know. Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem, man.
Yeah, I think, you know, this is the here and now and present and part of your story, and it's not over yet.
No.
And I hope that you get out and fight, man.
Yeah.
I hear it in you.
Yeah, as long as I see a light at the end of the tunnel, I'll keep walking in that direction, you know?
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you too.
Let me grab that,
cool.
Let me grab that
yep.
mic. Yeah, man. Hang in there, dude.
I will. Just one thing.